You may have someone who ended things with you or you ended things with them, but they're not really wanting this relationship to actually end. Um, I feel like this person, maybe you with the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse, maybe you withdrew your energy and decided to love yourself and stop pouring love into this situation with this person. Or it could be that this person is incapable of love, um, but they're coming in anyway and they're really wanting this relationship to work. Actually, honestly, it could be both of the things I just said. And yes, like this person has the tendency to act before they think, to rush things, to say things that they don't mean. This person, whoever this is, they're not really ready for a relationship because whatever they're doing and bringing into you and saying to you, they actually don't mean it. They're just trying to prevent an ending here. They really don't, and they're also preventing a transformation wanting to happen for them as well. Um, there's a really big imbalance in whoever it is that I'm channeling right now. And I feel like because of this imbalance and their dishonesty and inauthenticity and inability to love, they've hurt you a lot. Because I feel like you love this person authentically and genuinely. Like you really put a lot of love into this. But I feel like it got so painful and the deception that was happening here, whatever that was about, it was too much. And it's just like I can't do this anymore. Um, so you may have walked away, they may have walked away, but it's kind of like you are reclaiming your power and saying, I can't do this anymore. This person's coming back around in the same way they left, like they haven't changed, they haven't grown up at all. And I think you must be very intuitive with the High Priestess coming out here, or you're being encouraged to pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to what this person shows you, not what they say, because they're going to be saying a lot, and there's going to be holes in their story. There's going to be holes in the way they express themselves. Like something's off, and you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. So pay close attention to this. The bottom of the deck energy was actually super significant. The moon card coming out is saying that underneath the surface, like you may not be aware of this, you may not be seeing this right now, but this person really wants to reconcile things. They want to heal whatever happened between the two of you, and they're really hoping that they can come in with whatever message they're bringing and saying. They're hoping they can come in and change your perspective about the past, about what went down here. But keep in mind, whatever it is that they're saying, they're not telling you the whole story. They're telling you bits and pieces. They're leaving things out. They're not being honest. This person does see you as a divine partnership. And honestly, you may be twin flames. Like at one point, this may have been an emperor and empress type situation, but something went sideways. And I do feel, again, it's because this person does not know how to love. They don't know how to show up in relationships in a healthy way. They just don't. And they don't show up honestly. And I think that really flipped things upside down here. They're wanting you to see things from their perspective, and they may want to explain the past away. They may want to sweep it under the rug or give you a lot of excuses. They know your heart is blocked at this time, but they know underneath you are a very gentle and kind person. So they feel like they can explain everything away and it's going to be all right. And you can go back to having this union that you had before. I feel like this person feels like you'll always be around for this whenever they feel like showing up for this, which is really unhealthy. um, but I feel like what you went through with this person, there may be abandonment, rejection, a betrayal. And in this space, the Five of Pentacles, when they put you in this energy, you learned everything you needed to know about them because you've learned that people will show you who they are, and also show you how they feel about you. And what this person showed you about how they feel about you broke your heart. It like shattered your heart. And so it's kind of like the words they bring in now, after all of that, it's not going to mean what it could mean if they actually showed you, um, instead of told you. And I think they already showed you, like I said, everything that you've wanted, that you needed to see. I'm sure you didn't want to see this, but you needed to see that. And your guides are saying it's time to protect your light. And you may be tempted to stay in this situation out of guilt. I don't think it's a situation that you want to be a part of necessarily, because it has only brought you pain, a lot of pain, and a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of, yeah, you can see how dark these cards are, a lot of grief and sadness. And maybe you feel like, I need to stay here because life is hard, and I need to struggle in this situation. I need to, because I love unconditionally, that means I need to suffer or something like that. But that's not true. You can love people unconditionally, but from a distance too. You know, you can protect yourself. And this person, and really the truth of the situation is that it is time to do just that. Protect yourself, protect your light, because it matters if your light is fading. It matters if it's going out. It matters if you're hurting. It's always mattered. You were just surrounded by people who didn't acknowledge that it mattered because they didn't want to take responsibility for hurting you. That doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It means you're dealing with people who don't know how to love. And that's not your fault. And you don't need to stay in this toxic situation with this person that is so painful and harming you, out of guilt. Okay? And the quote that so it's okay to close this out. If you feel called to close this out and you're noticing red flags, you're noticing inconsistencies and lies, and, a lot of communication and words that actually are empty, if you're noticing that, if your intuition is alerting you to that, your guides are saying pay close attention. Even though you have this beautiful loving heart, doesn't mean that beautiful loving heart needs to pour all of that love into someone else that has holes in their heart, and someone who is going to continuously hurt you. And the quote that they wanted me to share with you is, I owe it to myself to not abandon myself the way everybody else did. I owe it to myself to honor my boundaries and speak up for myself whenever I feel like I'm being shut down. I owe it to myself to put myself first, especially when everybody's putting themselves first. I owe it to myself to tap into my gifts, to tap into my power and my ultimate self that I've never experienced. I've never met her before. And I'm so excited, but I'm so scared. I don't give a fuck if people judge me. I've been through so much in my life that I'm surprised I'm still here. That I didn't come this far just to come this far, right? It's so tiring and so draining, but sometimes you just gotta keep going. So, your guides are saying it's time to owe it to yourself. You're not going to abandon yourself to make sure someone else doesn't feel abandoned, right? And it's time to really put yourself first and step into your power and discover your ultimate self, and to experience the joy that comes from that, and to experience life on the other side of heartbreak, and to experience someone who treats you like the royalty that you are, that the love that you are, the sacredness that you are, because you've always been that way. You were just surrounded by the wrong type of people.